Hey, welcome everybody to Battle Pirates Crib, VXP weekend, and maybe they've sorted some things out, maybe they haven't. So let me go ahead and introduce everybody. Lady Cat,
Hello.
Magic Mike,
Happy VXP, everybody.
Derpy,
What's blue, yellow, and painful?
Blue, Yellow, and Painful.
Hello there.
Oh, the Atlas.
I was going for the whole targets in general, but that works.
Okay, I haven't actually got I haven't actually got that far in those targets, so I will get to that in a minute. And KB, your whatever, your mic or webcam went away again. So nope, now it's back. So hey, how are you doing, KB?
Yeah, very good, very good. How's everyone else?
Oh, okay, I guess. And Judge Steele. Okay. And yeah, let's get rolling a little bit. All right. The announcement came out late last night, at least for me. Could have been this morning for KB, and probably this morning for Judge Steele. A lot of words to say that the whole issue with the early ability to upgrade defense platforms, warehouses, radio towers, and great halls. We fixed it, but we're not going to tell you how we fixed it. From what I can tell, talking to people, it was basically, I think it would have been better if they told us how they actually fixed it. But they basically rolled it back to all those upgrades, then compensated people for tokens, time, whatever, plus 50 gold, as far as I know.
Why don't the rest of us get 50 gold then?
Well, you weren't up late at night, I guess. So I don't know. You know, cost of filing a ticket, I guess. I don't know. Angst. And that's probably why they didn't want to specify how they did it. And I'm not sure if this impacted players that did not file a ticket. I'm not sure how it was rolled out at all. Besides talking to a couple people. Go ahead.
My guess is they can tell exactly who has what level buildings, and so few players, because it was on for such little time, that they probably you probably didn't have to file a ticket. I was online when that happened, and if I had clicked start upgrade on my turrets, I'd have 50 more gold, but I didn't, so oh well. But really, this is not that big of a deal. They made a mistake and fixed the few players who were impacted. And sure, maybe like 20, 30, 50 players have 50 more gold than they should, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
No, I agree with you on that. The only thing that I really don't like in this, that they just made it so cloak and dagger, that it's, basically it's fixed, but not, explaining, okay, everything got rolled back. And, it's more of like a trust me type of statement than an explaining what happened.
Well, it's probably just such a small amount of players that were impacted, so to them probably isn't that big a deal.
Yeah, it was anyone that did the upgrades, no ticket needed. So.
Yeah.
So, and Ben's not happy with it. But okay, we'll move on from this one. All right. Nothing really new here besides I'm still curious what the April contest was, and we haven't got the PvE calendar yet, PvE ship calendar yet. That lasts for 2 months. That was supposed to come out last week. I was hoping we'd have it by tonight's show, and bounty next week, and another spring event, or the April contest versus the spring event, and followed by pillage the next week. So, so start saving your tokens. Let me see. Not next week, but let me see. No, next week.
Saving them for what?
The flag that's going to come out in pillage on what's the week 1019 update. So, okay. So yeah, after this week, if you want to have the flag, it's good to have. So, no comments on this. We can move on. And again, we don't know when the PvP changes are coming, so let's move ahead. Whoops. No, that's fine. I'm just, I was having problems with the slides, and they were not showing up when I had the slides, and they still don't show up when I have the slides. That little comment from Alien is not still not in my version of the slides, but how long, Mike, until you have your doc available?
I can do it. Oh, hold on a second.
Which target are you showing here?
This is the 101.
I'm actually refreshing because I locked up.
Okay, if you're going to do that, the problem I have is that I can't delete that so we can see the whole thing because it does not show up in my version of the slides. So sorry about that, everybody. Google Slides will only get you so far. But
so the red circles that we don't see on here, but I saw
they're on the 107. That's why I deleted this, and now it's showing up on your version, but not my version. But I had this problem going early on. This is meant for the following slide. So basically, let's go to the next slide so we can explain things better because it's not obscured. Okay. There's the 100, the 101, and the 107. What ships are those that have the? Are those the Valkyries that have the orange circles that you can see? One up at the top. They move around sort of in like a searchlight type pattern. They do quite a bit of penetrative damage. It's if you fall within those fields. The other thing that you would notice, let me get it to full screen so you guys can see a little bit better. If you notice that the titanium generators have a pink icon above them with a shield on them, that is because, and then you've noticed all the turrets around them have these little up arrows. This is buffing their resistances. Because if you take a look at the, go down to the left bottom, or sort of center bottom, you don't see the up arrows. These turrets are very difficult to kill unless you've killed this titanium generator first. The ship in the middle, is there what does anybody know what ship this is? Is this a
very
ship?
big one in the middle?
Yeah, the one in the middle.
Is that like an Aegis? Is that an Aegis type ship?
It looks bigger.
Word, I can't say that. Yeah, it's definitely a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's sort of like the old motherships, and it spawns Apollos in a similar manner to some of the ships that would launch drones or would summon other ships, but this just sort of shoots out Apollos.
Those those little golden ones, the little golden ships.
Yeah, I think those are Apollos, aren't they?
They look a little bit different to me, but I'll have to take another glance.
Okay. We see the directional turrets are mostly the old Halo-looking thing. They have a way less arc, higher projectile speed than the old Halos, but
I thought they were arc missiles.
oh, okay. Halos are okay. Okay, arc missiles is fine. Yeah, Liga thinks it's might be a Vanguard, but yeah, it's one that I'm not terribly familiar with, that ship. Yeah, arc missile. Either way, it's missile damage. Appears to be dumbfire, but with my no engine ships. It still seems to want to hit.
Where do you get the corrosive damage?
The
Corrosive damage is coming from
missile?
scatter guns and the ships pretty much. I'm sorry, go ahead. What did you say, Drippy?
I was saying the Halo missile, I thought it was tracking you.
The old ones were dumbfire, and that's they were sort of like. Well, I mean, maybe I'm convincing with the other ones. There was, I don't know. It's. Do you have engines on yours? Are they dumbfire or not?
No, well, not in the 101s they aren't. I reckon every one that fired at me hit me.
Okay. Yeah, I was going more by the appearance, and I only have 48 combat speed, so it was sort of hard to tell what was going on here. And I think maybe we can get zoom in a little bit closer because I think there's executioners in here, which are also they're very long range in here, and then you see some scatter guns, which are pretty short range. The Valkyries, in addition to the orange circles that are doing penetrative damage, they have very short range scatter guns on them, and the Apollos have long range scatter guns on them. And I don't know, did I miss something? Let's go back to the other one. Does anybody know what the Atlas carriers are doing? The yellow
Penetrative.
For my testing, there's a longer range missile that deals penetrative damage and a shorter range scatter gun that deals corrosive.
Okay, so they do a little bit of both. Are they fast or slow? The Apollos are, well, it's hard to tell for me how fast or slow anything is.
Atlases are pretty slow but have a lot higher health than the Apollos, like a lot higher health.
Okay. And Mike, if you are ready at all, I can go through the approach that I'm using to get VXP.
Yeah, what target are we wanting to hit?
The 101? 101?
Let me get...
Yeah, the 101 you always enter in the bottom left. The 107, from what I can tell, you enter at the direction based on your where you hit it on the map. So you can choose your entry point.
So I have 4 zealots and a warhound in there. Do you want just the 4 zealots?
You can't launch it with 4 zealots and a warhound.
Tried.
So yeah. If you can do that,
I just threw it in there to repair it. But
okay, yeah, you won't be able to launch it like that.
Okay, let me get slowly on here.
But basically, so Mike can hear it as well. Basically, you come in here just below where the scatter gun is at the bottom. And basically what I've been doing is I go in, activate these 3 Apollos, and then go out of the range of the executioners. And what are they're not halos. What are they?
Arc missiles, I reckon.
Arc missiles, okay. And then we go out
I
of
still thought
range.
they were halos.
Yeah. We'll have to. Somebody can figure. They look like halos to me. The arc missiles, I don't think have the blue on them.
Okay, I'm launching.
Okay, well, you need a screen share.
Find one. Oh yeah. Well, I gotta find one. 101. Okay, there we go. Screen share.
Yeah, and when you go into the target, well, you screen share first. But when you go into the target, hit the down button, and you'll be fine, and then we can.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I'll go to full screen.
All right.
Hide that.
Full screen. Okay.
Okay. So as I go in, hit the down button. Ready?
Yeah. So we can potentially see it in a little more detail. It's not as great, at least if somebody else, after we go through this, has a better way of doing it. Okay, hit the down. Okay. Okay. All right, group them. Group them all up. Go down and group them all up.
Okay, is this going to work? Looks like it's been hit.
Yeah, it's gonna work fine.
Okay. Boy, they're slow.
Man, were mine that slow? I don't have an engine on mine either. But okay.
Stock, just out of the box.
Okay. All right. Go to the right of the scattergun. See the scattergun right there that's been hit a little bit? Go to the right of that. You don't even want to get in range of it. Your idea is that you want to activate these 3 ships, 3 Apollos, and then you want to turn around and go back to where you came from. What? Okay, turn around.
Okay. They are pretty slow.
That arc missile hasn't missed yet.
Yeah, maybe it isn't. The old one was dumbfire.
Halo, whatever.
Okay. Could you open up the sonar view on the right hand side, but keep moving because you're getting shot at. No, the other one. Okay. As you can see, they go way off the bottom of the map, which is not fair because they outrange us. Because we only have a range of 68 on these things. Don't go too far to the right. Stay right. Don't go too far. Okay. Yeah, stay in that middle area because you go too far to the right or the left, you're going to get shot at. Don't chase them over there too far.
Just going in a circle, so
Okay.
But it doesn't seem to matter. I don't think they can miss.
Well, because you're pretty slow.
A couple.
Yeah, they're pretty slow. Problem when you drive these things, you're probably going to want to use some sort of tanking action with the flag when it comes out. But basically, the whole idea is to stay in this general area and retreat after this because you should be able to. I was able to kill 3 sets of 3. Each set gives me, with the triple salty, gives me about 75K. So that was giving me about 225K before I needed to go back to repair.
Well, I don't know what's different. I'm almost half dead. And these Apollos aren't even.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Because you said you had 13 on the fleet.
Well, one of them I have 6, one I have 4, and the other 2 I probably have 12.
Okay. Yeah, I have 12 on mine. I have 4 with 3 each. And then I do have the full choke on that.
Mm-mm.
You full choke too?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think it's only one.
Well, I have full choke on 2 or 3 of them. I don't have it on all of them because I was able to.
Well, that's making a big difference because I'm at almost 3/4 gone.
Okay.
So that special makes a difference, obviously.
Well, that's plus 66 per corrosive damage, and it increases your splash and reduces your spread. So maybe that's. So maybe it's the secret sauce is. Yeah, because this looks similar to just suiciding them and doing some damage. Okay.
Don't like losing that triple salty that fast.
Well, I mean,
I don't have a choice. I'm just saying I don't really like to.
Well, you do have. I'm assuming you still have a bunch of.
Actually, yeah, I do have 24.
Yeah. Well, I know you don't want to use them at times, but
you have 24 triple salties.
No.
1 hour repair.
1 hour repair tokens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my suggestion is, depending on the number of grease monkeys you have, because you're going to come out with 10 hours of repair, and yeah, it's amazing how.
Isn't it? Well, that's
how different my chip performed in there, because I guess the difference is 2 or 3 of them have the full choke on there.
No,
on mine.
So has anybody else done any better? or found anything else? Just asking.
I've done a little bit of testing. The main thing I found was that evade is very helpful against the missiles, only from the turrets and the ships, not the Halo missile. And damage diffusion system is worthless as usual. I still want to test if lower penetrative mount will do anything, or if it's better than Guidance Scrambler 3.
12.
But and the if you're running with like, I have 5 of the missile defense system 3s on my ship. They appear to get overwhelmed a little bit. So I think we might need more than 5.
Okay.
So 2 per ship.
I just did a little bit of experimenting. I put 2 missile defense systems on one ship and 2 of the other countermeasures on the other ship, and I didn't reckon the sprints actually worked. The missile defense system was the only thing that was firing.
Huh.
So,
That's interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was. I don't know whether it was just flash playing up or something, but I couldn't see anything coming out of the sprints whatsoever. Yet the
If you take just the sprint ship in by itself, you'll be able to tell a little bit more closely.
I did. Yeah, I sent.
And it wasn't. And they weren't firing.
Why
No.
didn't you use your?
Yep. That's why I'm OOing.
Okay.
It's called old man syndrome. Damn it.
The sprint should work against the missiles.
Yeah, I thought so.
If they're not, that's a bug then. If they're not, I would say. I don't think Hyper 30 is a very good choice at all. I don't think splash damage reduction is working. I don't think we need to be faster.
No,
If you want to go Hyper 30, go for it, but I won't be using that.
I thought Guidance Scrambler was probably the way to go after seeing what happened.
Are you looking at for the choke? It's
Is that not?
it's a blueprint.
It's not limited.
Are you gonna put it on now?
Well, it depends on what it takes to put it on. Because if we're testing, let's see what. $2.
Yeah, we're not gonna wait around that long, Mike.
No,
Well, what more would make, because you still have a bunch of assault tokens if you wanted to do something, but that would make sense to spend it on 10 hours.
no, but I'd have to put something else on it then to make it get it close to
The twin fang feeder would, probably make the most sense, but
See Let's see what happens. If it's close, I can.
yeah, it's sort of hard to tell. I'm not happy with the fact that they've given us a target that requires speed, but they've only given us 2 of the engines. I'm not terribly happy with that, because if we take a good look at the 107 and avoiding the orange fields, the orange-red fields that circulate around the ship.
That's almost a day.
That requires an engine to avoid.
It's almost a day.
Yeah, it's almost a day.
From what I saw, you virtually don't outrange anything, so it's going to be a guaranteed damage type of target.
You do outrange all of the most of the corrosive things, not the corrosive from the Apollos, but you outrange the corrosive turrets. You outrange the corrosive scatters on the Atlas carrier.
You've only got one gun on there.
And the Valkyrie.
Yeah, I know.
And the Valkyrie, yeah, and the big ship in the middle too. So if you have, but if you auto stuff, you're gonna take corrosive damage, and you're gonna move into range of the corrosive turrets if you auto it.
Oh, what the hell am I looking for?
Well, I would probably, since you only have one weapon on there, I would probably put more weapons on there to fill up the time. instead of specials.
Sorry, limited.
Choke.
Dom, I'll post all my testing stuff when I have it all finalized. But pretty much what we thought before the build would work is still going to be good, if that makes sense. Still using the full focus choke, still want to use the twin pang feeder, still want to use the sacred artifact engine, about 2 of each armor. But I need some time to get everything more organized and laid out properly.
I was so engrossed in watching Mike that I left the slides.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
BP week next week is out. For some reason, they don't have it in one graphic anymore. So, let me read it. Bounty. They're going to have Judgment Day and Titan Awakening as far as the TLCs. We're going to have Bounty to get the Gatekeeper, this Gatekeeper, plus weapons, skins, and so much more. Don't miss it. And they're planning to get the Hall calendar out next week, and not next week, the following week. And tip for the new assault cycle: have high survival will have a huge impact on builds. Yes, I agree with that because it does not come in with any built-in survival. So therefore, before when we were getting numbers of 800% every time you go from you double it going from 100 or 0 to 100%, and then it diminishes from there. So it's going to have a much more of an impact if you have high survival, because there's not that much. There's none built into the hall. It's only built into. It's not even built into. It's in the specials.
So is survival more important than evade?
That depends on how much survival you already have, how much evade you're getting, how much accuracy the enemy turrets have, and how many turrets actually are evade based.
Well, if they're saying that high survival is important, which would make me possibly reconsider that corrosive battery, because it has, I believe it has survival on it, although I don't think it's very much.
It's turret survival, so it's 1800 turret survival. The other thing is how do we plan to drive these? In theory, you should probably only need evade on one ship if you drive with a tank. And this looks like
you got a pretty small aura to worry about too. You can't have the tank too far out. Isn't the aura about 16?
Yeah.
So I don't think we can drive stacked. I'm saying yes to corrosive battery as of right now.
On all your ships?
I think so. I don't think we're going to be able to drive the tank very well.
You're saying yes to stacked?
I'm saying yes stacked.
That's what I want to hear.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, let's hope they offer corrosive battery and pillage.
So I haven't gone deep into the targets because, the accuracy-based things, maybe the Halo/Arc missile is accuracy-based. The Executioner definitely appears to be accuracy-based. The missile that comes off the Halo, accuracy-based. Anything else that we're seeing in these targets that are accuracy-based?
Are we still doing this?
Doing what?
This VXP thing. Well, what I did, I thought that was on display here. Sorry. I added one weapon. I put those 2 specials on each one.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have. Well, let me go back to the base. Well, actually, I don't have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but
It's up
with
to you. I guess I don't care. I'm going to do it.
yeah, if
You gotta salty it.
you didn't want to waste your crew.
I don't want to waste my crew.
Okay, but you can go. But
I don't know if you want to watch or not, but I added a bunch of stuff to it to see if it does any better, and I'll show you what I added.
Okay.
If you like. If you don't, then that's all good.
Okay.
Any way you want to do it. So
you have random number of weapons on.
Yeah, so that one's got. I put these 2 specials on.
Yeah, so that one's gonna get a
And
lot of
full focus, and it's got a load of scatterguns.
Yep.
This one I did not. I added 1 scattergun and 2 specials.
Yeah.
This one I added 1 scattergun and 2 specials.
Mm-hmm.
This one I added 1 scattergun and 2 specials.
Okay.
So we now have 2, 4, 9, and 15 weapons and the 2 specials.
Okay, something's going really wrong if you're not able to take those Apollos out, because you have way more than I did, and I was
That-
them 3
The
times.
reason I made that investment was to try it.
Bullwhip, while he's hitting this, a corrosive battery. The way I was looking at it, I assume that I don't remember all the names of the specials. I was assuming going in prior to this that you would want to have an evade special and a countermeasure special. In addition to that, I thought the Fang Feeder, the Full Choke, the Sacred Artifact Engine, and what's the one that looks like 3 bullets?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it.
Derpy, you know the name?
Full focus choke, twin fang feeder, sacred artifact engine, evade special, countermeasure special. Oh, the corrosive, high volatility cartridges. High
Yes.
volatility cartridges. That one.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing, and I wasn't seeing room for the corrosive battery in there.
Huge difference. Look at that.
I might put it on instead of a countermeasure special, but not sure on that one yet.
Yeah, I mean, because it adds more. Yeah, in a minute we can get to that, but it adds projectile speed, building damage, corrosive damage, and the only thing, as I recall, that it lacked was the 1800 turret survival.
Okay, does that forget about this target now and go to a different one, or is there another option?
Yeah, just keep moving on. Yeah, retreat and then do the same thing. Okay, so
With another target, right?
full focus choke, and yeah, these specials are making a huge difference.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, because he wasn't able to kill the 3 of them before, so
I couldn't even put a dent in them hardly.
yeah.
Well, that means most of us won't be able to do this.
High velocity rounds. Oops. I don't see high velocity rounds because you can get the same thing out of the unless you were talking about the special the way it looked like, but the max volatility cartridges would already adds the 100% projectile speed, which was going to help both your weapons and your countermeasures. So yeah, that's going to be the MDS3 is, and do you need a special? How many do you need? That's a huge question. And is the this is the fusion damage one. Al's asking, and Derpy, you've already looked at that and decided that's Not a great thing.
I have seen zero benefit from using that special. The splash damage reduction probably doesn't work, especially because all the projectiles are landing so close to the center. I don't think it's good, and I'm not seeing a damage reduction.
Okay. So yeah, now you're just tearing right through it, Mike.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You don't have to go back to the base to register that VXP, right? It stays with it.
It stays with it. The only issue is if you're at low VXP, you would probably want to have the extra reload when you're encountering it. But it seems like you're tearing through them. I always go home just because
I'm going to do that because I usually do that as well.
Yeah, because that VXP doesn't get converted into additional reload into the point in time that you've docked and gone out, as far as I know.
That was kind of what I was. No, it isn't.
So for those of us that just have a few guns on and not on the specials or any specials,
That's Suicide City, because that's what I was going to resign myself to doing. But since we're doing a broadcast, I figure I'd invest a little.
I don't have tokens to invest, and I can't coin it. So
Okay. Oh shit! Only 66,000? Oh, that's because it's a 101. Okay.
Well, because you didn't take any damage. You didn't take that much damage.
Okay.
So I was getting 75, but I was taking more damage because I don't have all the weapons and specials that you have. I don't have the twin whatever. So because it's both a combination of damage dealt and damage taken,
Yes.
and you're taking less because of you're getting less because you're taking less damage. And Al's also asking Derpy as far as the splash dispersion is at the Praetorians.
I don't use it on mine. I think some other people might. From what I've seen, I haven't seen it being very effective when other people have used it.
Yep.
I think the only hole it's useful on is maybe the riot.
Okay. And then Vincent is, it's VXP weekend at the top of it's 3 days. So, if you want to do something else and wait for the third day, you can get your ships in better working order. And, I don't know, do FM, do whatever in the meantime.
I wanted to see what you can't damage them very well. Okay. Like you were saying.
Well, these ones aren't, well, you're not fully built out, but these ones are not covered by that because you see
Oh yeah, that would be up here.
see how they have the green up arrows next to them? That means they're being impacted by
So
these ones.
behind.
So it's just that you're not at your ships aren't up to that yet.
Somehow I got to get around behind here to kill this to get these.
Okay, Frank has I guess he's killing the targets with the Pegasus, and the multiform is working well. And KB, you were saying that the sprint wasn't working.
No.
So
Well, not that I can see.
okay. But it seems the multiforms are working if you're using the Pegasus. The other way I was thinking about this target was using your Pegasus to take out the Apollos, but I'm not sure that Executioner is going to keep on shooting at you to take out that scattergun and get VXP that way, but I haven't had a chance to experiment with that.
I gotta call you on that. But I feel like I don't think it's an Executioner missile. I think it's a Sentinel missile, like the old ones we had.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's either way. They don't know what they are, so yeah, it could be a Sentinel 5 or 4 or whatever. But yeah. Okay, we can call them Sentinels. I'm also calling them Halos, so people disagree with that. So either way, but as you see, that those specials are making a world of difference. So in case anybody doesn't want to die a bunch of times,
At least we know they work.
yeah.
Well, I wish I could. If anybody wants to send me coin, go for it.
Okay, you hang tight there.
Are you listening to the show? Are you listening to the show? Remember, VXP is 3 days now, so maybe keep fitting specials for a couple days, then do VXP. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. No, don't go. You know,
I was looking at the YouTube on the other side and look up and they're getting shot at.
Less VXP I use for goose. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes Siege and whatnot is, I was doing the same thing. It's harder with the moving ships and whatnot. I just found the 101 easier than the 107 because you can't really retreat from the 107 unless you kill a bunch of stuff. So,
Is there any shot at the 107?
you have
They just go slow.
an hour.
Oh, wait. Shoot.
So KB, Derpy, anybody see a better approach than what I'm getting Mike to do?
Not really.
Okay.
You're gonna take damage whatever you try to do. It's not one where you can just kill a couple of ships and then take out a few buildings to get your VXP.
Okay. Yeah, or is anybody in chat? Last one was better, but this is the best thing I could find now. But if anybody has any better solution, the link's out there in case you want to join the show or clue us in. This is the best I've seen so far.
That was 107.
Mm-hmm. So now you're up to, okay.
We'll do a checkpoint after this one.
So, I don't know. What else should we be, is there anything else we should be discussing at this point in time?
Nope. Well, for FM, I've just been using my Praetorians at the end of the day and take out as many 141s as I can and put it to sleep, and I already claimed both the engines.
Yeah, me too.
So, yeah, it was a pain in the ass, but
I can do the
that bad.
I can do the 141 for about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half usually. So it's the best target now.
But I guess the problem is everybody doesn't have the same. Everybody's not made the same in this game, so.
Yeah, well, I've been filling it in with the 120s. But I'm putting it on hold. I guess I can go out and do some more FM if I'm going to be doing some building for the next couple of days. That's one thing I could do. Well, I guess I'd be left to get a beer. Hopefully we'll know too in a day or two people that are trying different builds as they're doing this and get a better idea of how important the battery is versus the Bade. Although we know we can't necessarily count on this being close to the final target. Hopefully the idea is the same.
All right, so 2 of them
Yeah,
are.
that's what I was thinking. Like, this probably isn't going to be the final target because we just have red rings that. Oh, never mind. The red rings are orbiting the ship. So this is. I mean, I hope the style's similar, and I hope that they don't change up the damage types or change everything to be accuracy or splash like they did last time. I hope they just keep the style they have here, or if they do change it, they should communicate that as early as they can.
Right, because people are going to be basing builds on this target. Okay. If they're going to change it drastically, they do need to tell us. So I hope they're listening. I hope they learned their lesson last time.
Well, they lost a couple of players today.
Yeah, they did. It's just sad. I hate to see them go. They lose players all the time.
They were players that coined a bit too. So some of them know I've already been in these 2.
What, got those ships?
Those 2 are already done. Yeah,
See, somebody who's been watching the show.
I think I did. That's true.
There's a TLC this week we need to do too for the Praetorians. Or we could do this week for those people that need those tokens.
Yeah, are you talking about it in case they're not U3 or X1?
Yeah, mine are. Not even close.
I'm just
I think I just got my flag to E3. That's about it. I'm getting there slowly. But it's hard to find time. I don't have shipyard time. So I depend on tokens. I was hoping I could do some of that while I was working on VXP, but looks like I'll be working on my ships a bit longer.
So 2 of them are skulled, so I couldn't see putting them back in here. Unless that makes a difference.
Yeah, I think there's an aura. I don't have it up. I can't see it, but there's a stacking aura, I believe, right, Derpy?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, great.
And it's a really, really small range, which is why it's hard to see because it's just right around the ships. That small green ring.
Well, I'm gonna get these taken.
What does everybody think about the 68 range? Unless you guys already talked about that.
I hate short ranges. I hated the manicores. I hate all of them that are like that.
It's a coin generator, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it seems like you're missing something with yeah.
I mean, it's nice to not have. It's nice to not have every single assault ship always be a missile with the same 76, 96 range, but this range is too short for my liking.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't reward good driving, does it?
It's a different kind of driving, probably. I mean, and it's really so hard to see for the players at this point in these VXP targets where you don't have engines. Most nobody really has, unless you want to fit and refit and whatnot. You don't have the engines. So one of the highs, the best points about this fleet is its speed, and we don't have that speed because they've only released 2 of the ancient whatever engine, and so you can't have it on all 4 at this point in time.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the thinking is behind that. Why they couldn't let us have all 5 at once.
Because we would have complained about the price. And then the coiners and some people would have got it all the first week and then have nothing to do in the FM till the raid.
Well, they could have made them. I'm not sure we're talking about they're out, but as far as the speed, I guess, yeah. They are similar to icebreakers. If that's what you're trying to get across, is we're not seeing the speed here, and the speed to miss things, outrun things, and whatnot. So yeah, that
Yeah.
does.
The icebreakers were kind of fun. Manicores I hated, but I didn't mind the icebreakers.
So you're pretty much all ranked up.
Close.
Yeah. Yeah, but without the icebreaker or without the Hyper 30, isn't the speed going to already be around 100?
And I think that 100 is probably good enough to outrun just about anything in this target.
Yeah. And so, the fear I had when I saw this thing is like, oh, they're going to take away we're going to increase the range at X1. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but yeah, wouldn't that be something? With a low range, what is the speed good for?
Going to red circles.
Mike, do you want to go into the 107 and then be able to retreat? Enter from about 10:30 on the 107 and be ready to retreat a little bit closer to 11. A little closer to 11. Okay. This is where I think the speed is going to come in handy. Once you guys see the movement on the penetrative damage fields, you're basically going to want to get out of the way. See this ship down below. See how it's to get to that. These orange things are doing quite a bit of penetrative damage, so you want to stay out of their way. And so I think speed would be highly effective in dealing with these. That'll be one thing that I would think of. So
okay.
So yeah, I just wanted to put that out as a. Oh, am I wrong? Is it 68 or 62? Nathan's saying it's 62. It could be right. It's just really short either way.
Yeah, 62.
Okay, I'm sorry. New to all this, and so first time I've actually had them used and built. So, yeah. But I think that ship, would be one of the ones where you would like to have a little bit of extra speed in order to kill that ship while avoiding those fields, and also just closing.
Just looking at it there, you'd probably leave that to last.
Look at the range on that damn thing.
Yeah. And that's why I was thinking the Halos / arc missiles, might be dumbfire, because that would make more sense with the speed.
Well, it'd be interesting to see whether Evade does anything to them. But from what I've seen, they virtually hit every time.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a huge fan of VXP weekend. VXP weekend. Go ahead.
Is that the Halos will hit you every time. They have like 1,000% accuracy, so evade is useless.
Okay.
The Sentinel missiles can be evaded, but they can also be shot down. And if you equip a countermeasure loaders 4, you can and you don't get overwhelmed, you can probably shoot down all of the missiles from the Sentinels.
Okay.
Which is these guys here?
No, the one to between the one in the middle.
That's the
That one's the Sentinel.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me.
So
Any luck?
should be getting close. Alrighty.
Do as you will.
Yeah, because you might be ranked at this point.
Could be. Hope so.
So, do we have much else to discuss?
Nope.
We haven't had an open mic since the raid was over.
Yes.
KB, any raid thoughts?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, if we don't have much else at this point, I guess we can proceed to the after show. Unless I'm missing something big in the game that we should discuss. So this could be happening. But if not, I guess we'll see you all on next Wednesday and more bounty. So, alrighty, folks. We'll see you all next week, and best of luck in VXP weekend. And we do have the what's the awful one for the really slow and painful one for your Praetorians, where you have to use your Pegasus. That's out there.
Tides of March.
Tides of March is out there. So, if you want to upgrade your Praetorians, remember you're still getting every Wednesday. You are continually getting upgrade tokens. But if you're low on kits, I noticed I was low on kits, and I can get one more up to U3, or I can get my first one up to U3 as far as my Praetorians. That's out there. It's a very doable TLC if you have decent Pegasus, but it's I find it painfully boring. So can we say the two specials again? I can get kits. Praetorian kits? Oh, okay. I'll buy them in the FM. I never looked for that. Which two specials do you want, Joe?
Well, if he knew which ones he wanted, he could tell you what their names were, right?
Yeah, but the category. What category of specials are you looking for? Unless
probably full focus choke and twin fang feeder, the one that Mike put on to kill the thing faster.
Okay, yeah. Those are the ones yeah. Those are the two that show up in raid. Yeah, the ones that Derpy just mentioned. One's limited, and so yeah, they add a lot of splash, reload, spread reduction, and additional corrosive damage. So yeah, there we go, and all written out by Vincent. So there you go. Alrighty, folks. Links there in case you want to join the after show. If not, we will see you all on Wednesday. So good luck, everybody.
Good night, all.
Enjoy.
Goodbye.